A very good morning and welcome to the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha television, your one-stop morning show for the biggest news stories from India and across the globe. My name is Aishwarya and here are the headlines. Heavy rains in Tamil Nadu and Kerala following a cyclone Oki, 8 people killed. Coast Guard patrol vessels set sail to rescue fish boats with over 80 fishermen missing from Kerala coast. Growth rate improves in a quarter following GST implementation. GDP growth at 6.3% in July to September quarter as manufacturing picks pace. Delhi and Uttar Pradesh atop a crime chart in 2016. A National Crime Records Bureau data says Delhi has maximum rape cases among 19 major cities. UP accounts for maximum crimes committed in the country. And for the first time in over 2 decades, India wins gold at a World Weightlifting Championship. Mirabai Chanu wins in a 48-kilogram category. India to take on Australia in opening match of the Hockey World League final. Our top story this morning is Cyclone Oki that has caused heavy rains in coastal Tamil Nadu and Kerala. 8 people have been killed so far in these 2 states. Now, weather officials say that the cyclone is headed west towards Lakshadweep, which means that it is unlikely to make a landfall in Tamil Nadu. However, as a precautionary measure, schools in 7 districts of the state, including Tirunelveli and Kanyakumari, are closed. Now, 2 teams of the NDRF have been sent to Kanyakumari, while another team of 47 personnel will be on standby in Kochi in Kerala to help out in Lakshadweep if needed. Now, Kerala government has also put its official machinery on a high alert and ordered the evacuation of people living within 100 meters from the coast, and also has sought help from the Navy, Coast Guard and the Air Force to assist people in distress. Around 50 fish boats with more than 80 fishermen have not yet come back from the sea along the Kerala coast. As a result, a Coast Guard patrol vessel and a ship have sailed for their rescue.
And the likely movement is in a northwesterly direction, and on the process it will intensify further and become a severe cyclonic storm, and by tomorrow it will be over Lakshadweep. That is a prediction, and we adequately want every agencies, Lakshadweep administration as well as Kerala administration, port fisheries community, revenue authorities, and all the people are alerted, and there is no need of panic, but we should be cautious.
And the other big story is the GDP figures, and the Indian economy reversed a 5-quarter slide in the GDP growth, bouncing back from a 3-year low. The country's GDP grew by 6.3% in the second quarter of this fiscal, up from 5.7% in the April to June quarter. But the manufacturing sector fueled the surge with a growth of 7%, while the services sector grew at 7.1%. The sectors that registered over 6% growth are manufacturing, electricity, gas, water supply and other utility services, and trade, hotels, transport and communication and services related to broadcasting. However, agricultural growth slumped to 1.7%.
As the uncertainties relating to GST implementation have worn out, and companies have started supplying post-GST, manufacturing output has picked up. A second element is that there has been a pickup of capital goods production that has also shown up in the IIP figures. All of this is principally the reason for good numbers in manufacturing. Construction is continues to be low, and at this stage all that I can say about construction is it's indicator driven based on indicators of steel and cement. And those numbers have not been showing that higher growth, and that's what is showing up in the construction side.
The growth buoyancy has come as a shot in the arm for Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government, which has been fighting off charges that demonetization and GST launch disrupted the economy.
That perhaps the impact of 2 very significant structural reforms, demonetization and the GST, is now behind us, and hopefully in the coming quarters, we can look for an upwards trajectory.
The GDP data for the September quarter has come on the same day that the figures showed that India's fiscal deficit at 96.1% of the budget estimate by the end of October. The fiscal deficit figures sent the stock exchange into a tailspin, with the benchmark Sensex suffering its biggest single-day fall in 1 year. The BSE Sensex plummeted over 453 points to close at 33,149.35, while the broader Nifty finished below the key 10,300 mark. And here are some other reactions on the GDP figures. Let's take a listen.
ये सब इलेक्शन के स्टंट है। हमारे देश का जीडीपी सबसे बड़ा पैमाना है कि हमारे उद्योग ठीक हो जाए, हमारे मजदूर खुश हो जाएं, हमारे युवकों को रोजगार मिले, हमारी महिलाएं सुरक्षित रहें।
Well, I think it is good news, but we can't say we have turned around the economy. It's too soon to say that. But it is possible, because for the last 2 years we have suffered. In 2016 beginning, we were hoping for getting close to 8%. 8%, अब 6% पे हम खुश हो रहे हैं, 6.3. No, whether the informal sector is not measured well, whether what has happened there, have the job losses been stopped there? There was a lot of damage done by demonetization. वो damage अब लगता है कि we are going over it.
प्राइवेट सेक्टर इन्वेस्टमेंट वापस आएगा बड़े जोरों से, क्योंकि पब्लिक सेक्टर इन्वेस्टमेंट अभी तो पब्लिक सेक्टर इन्वेस्टमेंट हो रहा है, और ये प्राइवेट सेक्टर इन्वेस्टमेंट वापस आएगा अगले 4-5 महीने के अंदर, और ये ज़ोरों से आगे देश को ले जाएगा। हमें अपने जो रिफॉर्म्स हैं उनको बड़े ज़ोरों से आगे और ले जाना ज़रूरी है, और कंट्री हाई ट्रेजेक्टरी ग्रोथ रेट पर जाएगा। हम लोग का लक्ष्य है कि एक इकोसिस्टम ऐसा बने जिसमें ग्रोथ हो, स्ट्रक्चरल रिफॉर्म्स हो, हम कंज्यूमर स्पेंडिंग को बढ़ाएं, हम पब्लिक स्पेंडिंग को बढ़ाएं, उसके साथ साथ प्राइवेट स्पेंडिंग को बढ़ाएं। और प्राइवेट स्पेंडिंग जब आएगी, और जब बैंकिंग रिफॉर्म्स हो जाएंगे, और जब क्रेडिट फ्लो हो जाएगा, और तो ये देश आगे बढ़ेगा।
It is actually a matter of great satisfaction that our economy has achieved a 6% rate of growth in the first half of this fiscal year, despite the two biggest reforms that have been undertaken for decades now, plus all the other reforms that are being undertaken. So I think the economy has shown a huge resilience, and we can expect the economy now to go from strength to strength in the coming quarters and coming months.
And hours before the GDP figures were released, showing that Indian economy has bounced back from the effects of demonetization and the GST rollout, Prime Minister Narendra Modi defended the reforms carried out by his government. Now, listing out his government's achievements, the Prime Minister said that India has moved towards irreversible positive change.
जो पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड हमारे देश में आया है, वो पहले कभी नहीं था.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi says he is ready to pay a political price in order to fight corruption. Speaking at the 15th Hindustan Times Leadership Summit, the Prime Minister also asserted that his government has brought about systemic changes in the country.
ज्यादातर खरीद फरोख्त पैसे के लेन देन का एक टेक्निकल और डिजिटल एड्रेस होने लग गया, उस दिन से ऑर्गेनाइज्ड करप्शन काफी हद तक थम जाएगा. कि जो कदम मैं उठा रहा हूं, जिस रास्ते पर मैं चल पड़ा हूं, और देश को जिस मंजिल पर पहुंचाने का मकसद लेकर के निकला हूं, इसकी कितनी बड़ी राजनीतिक कीमत चुकानी पड़ेगी, इसका मुझे भला भारा अंदाज है, लेकिन मैं इसके लिए तैयार हूं.
Referring to demonetization, the Prime Minister said it had brought about a behavioral change in the country, while GST had ushered in a new chapter of transparency.
Demonetization के बाद देश में जिस तरह का behavioral change आया है, उसे आप स्वयं भी महसूस करते होंगे. स्वतंत्रता के बाद पहली बार ऐसा हुआ है जब भ्रष्टाचारियों को काले धन के लेन देन से पहली बार डर लगने लगा है, उनमें पकड़े जाने का भय आया है। जो काला धन पहले पैरेलल इकोनॉमी का आधार था, वो डीमोनेटाइजेशन के बाद फॉर्मल इकोनॉमी का हिस्सा बना है। जीएसटी से भी देश में ट्रांसपेरेंसी का एक नया अध्याय शुरू हुआ है। ज्यादा से ज्यादा व्यापारी भी इस ईमानदार सिस्टम से जुड़े हुए हैं।
He also listed the achievements of his government in a range of sectors, describing Aadhaar as a major power to bring about an irreversible change in the common man's life. The Prime Minister said that the unique identification number will now be used in cases involving Benami properties.
पिछले 3 वर्षों में आधार की मदद से करोड़ों फर्जी नाम से जो काम चाले जाते थे, यानी ऐसी विधवाओं को पेंशन मिलता था जिस बेटी का कभी जन्म भी नहीं हुआ था। अरे फर्जी नाम से उन सारी चीजों को हटाया गया है। इस आधार का उपयोग बेनामी संपत्ति के खिलाफ भी किया जाएगा। ये बहुत बड़ा हथियार बनने वाला है।
In his concluding remarks, the Prime Minister also invoked late President APJ Abdul Kalam, urging the media to give up negativity and focus instead on positive developments. This, he said, would help give direction to the country. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Meanwhile, responding to Prime Minister Narendra Modi calling the Congress's stand on GST a grand stupid thought, former Finance Minister and senior Congress leader P. Chidambaram has defended his party. Chidambaram has said that if the Congress's stand is stupid, then so is the centre's chief economic advisor Arvind Subramanian's, as he also advocates a GST rate of 18%. In a series of tweets, Chidambaram questioned whether the Prime Minister had read the chief economic advisor's report on revenue neutral rate, where he recommended RNR to be between 15 and 15.5%. Chidambaram also questioned that the government for failing to reduce fuel prices even when the international crude oil prices fell by about 50%. And now our special segment, Verdict 2017. So moving on to Gujarat now, on the second day of his ongoing Gujarat campaign, Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi addressed public meetings in Lathi, Botad and Bhavnagar on Thursday. Now addressing a crowd in Amreli, Rahul Gandhi questioned the BJP government's track record and said that everyone in Gujarat is opposing the regime except a handful of Modi supporters. He also met and interacted with a delegation of traders in Amreli to discuss issues that they are facing.
ये 5 गांव हैं जिनकी पूरी की पूरी जमीन, मतलब 1 इंच जमीन नहीं छोड़ी, पूरी की पूरी जमीन टाटा नैनो को दी। यहां जो लोग रहते थे उनको मोदी जी ने वायदा किया कि अपनी जमीन दे दो, अपना पानी दे दो, अपनी बिजली दे दो, अपनी जिंदगी दे दो, हम तुम्हें रोजगार देंगे नैनो फैक्ट्री में। इनमें से एक व्यक्ति को नैनो फैक्ट्री में रोजगार नहीं मिला।
Rahul Gandhi also visited the Gopinath Ji Mandir in Gujarat's Botad district. The two-phase Gujarat elections are scheduled for 9th and 14th of December, while the counting of votes will take place on 18th of December. And the BJP, on the other hand, countered Rahul Gandhi's allegations on the rising debt of the Gujarat government. The party said that the earlier Congress government in the state was responsible for it. Take a listen.
शायद वो इस बात से नावाकिफ हैं या उनको ये याद करवाने की आवश्यकता है कि पिछले 70 वर्ष के स्वतंत्र भारत के इतिहास में अधिकतर समय तक केंद्र में भी और प्रदेश में भी कांग्रेस पार्टी का ही शासनकाल रहा। जो करा धरा है उनका है, ये उनकी कुताहियों, त्रुटियों और खामियों का हर्जाना है जो भर रहे हैं। बल्कि पिछले कुछ वर्षों में, केंद्र में पिछले 3-4 वर्षों में और गुजरात में पिछले 10-15 वर्षों में कांग्रेस पार्टी और उसके शासनकाल के पापों का ही प्रायश्चित करने का प्रयास किया गया है।
On to news from Uttar Pradesh, and after a mammoth election process, the counting of votes for the UP civic polls began today under high security. Voting in UP civic poll was conducted in 3 phases on 22nd, 26th and 29th of November. The overall voter turnout was 52.4%, an improvement of over 6% points over the previous civic body polls. Over 3.36 crore voters were eligible to exercise their franchise at 36,269 polling booths. For the very first time, webcasting of 10% booths of every district was done in an attempt to monitor booth-level activity. Drones were also used at some sensitive and hypersensitive polling booths. And in Breakfast News, we'll take a very short break. We'll be back with more news. Stay with us.
Hi, I am Dr. Rajan. I am a senior scientist in Institute of Genomics and Integrative Biology, that is coming under CSIR. We are going to discuss my lab, who is doing a fantastic work in asthma, COPD, lung cancer and many other diseases. Keep watching Eureka.
Welcome back after the break. Now, the National Crime Records Bureau report has placed Delhi and Uttar Pradesh top in the crimes chart for the year 2016. The annual publication of the NCRB released by Home Minister Rajnath Singh on Thursday showed an increase of 2.6% in the crime rate reported in 2016. Now, as per the NCRB, Delhi reported the highest number of kidnapping and abduction, followed by Mumbai and Bengaluru, while UP reported a maximum number of murder cases. The national capital reported nearly 40% of the rape cases registered among 19 major cities. Mumbai was placed first in offences against senior citizens, and UP accounted for 9.5% of the total Indian Penal Code crimes reported in the country, followed by Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra and Kerala. Chennai has reported the highest number of cases of special and local laws crimes, followed by Kochi and Surat. Delhi has reported the maximum number of cases under economic offences, followed by Jaipur and Mumbai. And from today, mobile phone users will no longer need to visit stores of telecom operators for Aadhaar-based SIM re-verification. The Unique Identification Authority of India approved the model presented by the telecom operators that includes alternatives such as a one-time password or the OTP for re-verification of SIM cards issued on the basis of Aadhaar. The Department of Telecom has allowed telecompanies to re-verify mobile phone numbers through 3 systems: OTP through SMS, interactive voice response system, and through the telecom's mobile apps to ease the process of re-verification. The department also allowed re-verification through iris-based biometric devices and at the doorsteps of consumers who are unable to use OTP or fingerprint authentication or who are incapacitated and cannot go to the retail stores. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has called upon all the countries and the United Nations to take strong steps to eliminate terrorism from the world. Now, delivering the Dr. Rajendra Prasad Memorial Lecture in New Delhi on Thursday, Vice President Naidu said that there is no place for violence in a democratic country. Naidu also said that violence could not bring about any positive change in the society. calling upon central and the state governments for coordinated efforts against violence. Vice President Naidu also hailed the union government's efforts in making India a less cash economy and said that a digital India will only be possible if all the villages of the country become digitally sound.
73rd व 74th संशोधन के माध्यम से पंचायत राज स्थापना की गई। महिलाओं को 33% आरक्षण देकर पंचायत राज संस्थाओं का महिला की राजनीतिक सशक्तिकरण का माध्यम बनाया गया। इसी अनुभव को संसद और विधानसभाओं में भी लागू करने पर विचार करना चाहिए और जल्द से जल्द इस विषय में आगे बढ़ना चाहिए।
And Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has also said that primary education should be imparted in the mother tongue of the child. He appealed to the policymakers to consider this matter. The Vice President was speaking in a program held on the centenary celebrations of the Assam Literature Festival. On the occasion, the Vice President also felicitated Amit Goswami and G.L. Agarwal for their contribution to Assam literature. He said that due to the inclination of people towards English, other languages are not getting desired respect. The Vice President also congratulated Assam Literature Society for publishing more than 10,000 books.
Championing the cause of the nation, championing the cause of the motherland, and championing the cause of our heritage sometimes it was looked down upon. It was out of fashion. You must go for appeasement. But as a citizen born in this country, you have a duty to your motherland, which I have just now said. And you should never feel और आपका मन में कोई संकोच नहीं होना चाहिए। हमारा परंपरा, हमारा संस्कृति, हमारा जीवन पद्धति। मैं मजहब के बारे में बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ। मजहब एक पूजा पद्धति है।
And former US President Barack Obama will today hold a town hall style event in the national capital Delhi, addressing over 250 young leaders from across the country and learn about the work that they are doing to impact their communities. Now, in the event organized by the Obama Foundation, the two-time US President will take questions from the attendees and will expand the conversation about what it means to be an active citizen and make an impact. He is also likely to meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi and address the Hindustan Times Leadership Summit. Obama is in Delhi as part of his three-nation tour to China, India and France. And a look at other events that are lined up for the day in the day ahead. Notification for the election to the Congress President's post will be issued today. Nominations will be filed till 4th of December. Following the scrutiny of nominations on 5th of December, a list of valid candidates will be put out on the same day. Last day of withdrawal of nomination for the election is 11th of December and polling will take place on 16th of December in case more than one candidate is in the race. Counting of votes and declaration of results will take place on 19th of December. Snehalata Srivastava will take charge as the Secretary General of Lok Sabha and Lok Sabha Secretariat today. She will be the first woman Secretary General of the Lok Sabha. Her tenure will end on 30th of November 2018. Rama Devi holds the distinction of being the first woman Secretary General of the Rajya Sabha. The third India-UK joint army training exercise will be conducted in Rajasthan at the Mahajan Field firing range from today. The first exercise was conducted in 2013 in Belgaum, Karnataka, whereas for the second exercise in 2015, an Indian army contingent had visited the United Kingdom. Approximately 220 personnel from the 20th Battalion of the Rajputana Rifles and the 1st Battalion of Royal Anglican Regiment of the British Army will participate in the exercise. News from Russia. And External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj is in Sochi as the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit or the SCO Summit kicked off on Thursday. Sushma Swaraj attended a dinner hosted by Russian Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev in the honor of participants last night. Ravish Kumar, spokesperson of the Ministry of External Affairs, posted the pictures of the minister along with the other council of heads of government of SCO member states during the official reception. Sushma Swaraj will have bilateral meetings with several leaders on the sidelines of the summit. She will also be attending a restricted meeting of the heads of delegations today, which will be followed by the preliminary sessions. Meanwhile, Pakistan has said that there will be no meeting with India on the sidelines of the summit. Pakistan Prime Minister Shahid Khaqan Abbasi is representing his country at the two-day summit. In June, India, along with Pakistan, had become full-fledged members of the SCO. India's membership was strongly pushed by Russia, while Pakistan's entry was backed by China. Big story coming in from the United States. The White House has dismissed reports that the Secretary of State Rex Tillerson is about to be replaced. The U.S. State Department also said that the Secretary of State remains committed to his job. The denial comes amid reports from several news organizations that plans were being drawn up to replace Tillerson with CIA chief. President Donald Trump, when asked by reporters on the issue, said that he's here, Rex is here. Tillerson also brushed off reports that he was being shown the door. President Donald Trump and Tillerson have disagreed on foreign policy issues and are said not to get on. The U.S. Secretary of State has defended the Iran nuclear deal, an agreement which has been derided by Donald Trump. They've also differed on North Korea, with Donald Trump tweeting in October that Tillerson was wasting his time trying to negotiate with the little rocket man.
Look, as we've said many times before, as many of you love to write these type of stories, when the president loses confidence in someone, they will no longer serve in the capacity that they're in. The president was here today with the Secretary of State. They engaged in a foreign leader visit and are continuing to work together to close out what we've seen to be an incredible year.
He remains, as I have been told, committed to doing this job. He does serve at the pleasure of the president. This is a job that he enjoys. He's continuing with his meetings. He's continuing with his calls.
Do you want Rex Tillerson on the job, Mr. President?
He's here.
He's here. Do you want him to stay in his...
He's here. Rex is here.
And for the first time in over 2 decades, an Indian has won a gold at the World Weightlifting Championship. Mirabai Chanu won the gold in the women's 48-kilogram category at the championship being held in the United States. Olympic bronze medalist Kannam Malleshwari had won the top prize in world twice, in 1994 and in 1995. Some of the world's top weightlifting nations such as Russia, China, Kazakhstan, Ukraine could not take part in the competition due to issues related to doping. Meanwhile, President Ramnath Kovind has congratulated Mirabai Chanu for winning a gold medal in the World Weightlifting Championship. In a tweet, Mr. Kovind said, "India is so proud of Chanu." He congratulated Manipur for giving the country such a wonderful series of champion sportswomen. In a tweet, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also said that India is proud of Mirabai Chanu, who has won a gold at the World Weightlifting Championship. And in more sports news, the Hockey World League final will kick off in Bhubaneswar in Odisha today. In the first match, hosts India will take on Australia in a Pool B match. The third and the final edition of the World League final will see 8 nations fight it out for the title. India, fresh from the Asia Cup success, will go into the match with a positive mindset. Now, Pool B also features England and Germany. India will face England on the 2nd of December and Germany on 4th of December. And Pool A has Olympic champions Argentina, the Netherlands, Belgium and Spain. In the other game of the opening day today, Germany will face England, and the winners of the event will also guarantee qualification for the Men's Champions Trophy 2018, which will take place in the Netherlands next year. And that's it from me and my team in this edition of News. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day ahead.